Gymdad Fitness. Today we got a fun one for you guys. We got Speed Force with us. You got the skeleton running in the background. Look at this container. I'm a sucker for like anytime they get a little more inventive and creative. Even the jar. I mean, I feel like we've fallen in the line of everyone just replicating each other. I'm sure it's a lot to do with cost that manufacturers already have the jar on hand. But I love the unique little lid, the taller look. Anytime a pre-workout is slightly different, I get excited about it. Like even like the original legit just being like a thicker tub was kind of cool. And so I love that. Just like, let's get a little different. Let's mix it up a little bit. We're in a copycat industry, and I like it when people get a little outside the box. And we're also, you guys might have seen this same kind of design. I'm going to be reviewing this one too. Judgment Day, my friend Stim Isaac hit this one on his review, and he killed it. And he got me fired up about this company. And so I looked into them. It's MassCast. Let me pull up their the URL if you're interested in acquiring this product. And I got a code set up with these guys too. Awesome company, really cool product. It's this MassCastApp.com, and I'll put the link down below as well. But we get the flavor weigh-in taste test of the Speed Force here, and it reminds me of something from like some 90s action movie, just like really trippy and cool, and I love it. It's freaking awesome. So let's do the weigh-in. And right now, I forgot my sugar bottle, so I actually found one of my kids' cups from last night, so I'm going to make sure that I wash this thing out real good. You got any Bluey fans out there? That's what we'll be drinking it down with today. Let me get the scale ready. Take some of the water out. Get the grammage. And this thing, oh, my hands are kind of greasy. Let's eat some chicken. Holy shit. There we go. Man, I want you to like be fully pumped up, ready to screw this thing off, but here we go. Brand new tub. The flavor is, I think it's like a bubble gum. Let me double check. It is cotton candy. Okay. Kind of different, a little unique, but nothing too crazy. Scooper looks to be about the same as a normal. Sometimes these interesting packages also kind of have interesting scoopers to go along with it. Let me pack it down in there. Tar this thing out. Claims it comes in at 19.95. This feels like a pretty thick scoop. 17.47 when I tried to scoop it, so make sure you weigh these ones. Okay, there we go. Sprinkle a little on top there. Okay, so came in a little light on the grammage on the first weigh-in, so just be aware of that. Oh, we got stuck in that straw. It smells really good. And I saw I watched the Review Bros. They hit this one a while back. The Bros, man, they killed it too. It was a good one. I remember trying to look for it. I think the only place that had it at the time was like an international UK company. I can't remember what individual one it was. I don't think it was Cross the Limits, though. Oh, it is very strong, very potent. Oh shit, that is extremely sweet. It's not bad, but you definitely want to dilute that with some water. Holy shit, that thing has some serious sweetness to it. But Speed Force, and then before we hop into the label breakdown and effects, I also want to shout out myself here. Not going to cut a whole promo, but got about 6 or 7 of these left. Stim Junkie shirts. Got like the 90s video game, if you guys recognize that from Golden Axe, with the 6 priests voted on by the Stim Junkie community. And I actually have a couple that take out Kill Switch and put in Wildfire, because I know some people are kind of strong opinionated on Kill Switch. And I love both of them. But I'll be sending samples with those too. So hit me up and message my email. You can hit me up on Instagram or message my email. That's in my channel description. But all right, let's get into the label breakdown. Time for the label breakdown of Speed Force. This one comes in at 25 servings, 19.95 grams. We saw on the weigh-in, and a little underdosed when I scaled it out. Who knows? It could just be a scaling error. But either way, you got to measure those scoopers if you want to know the exact grammage. Always nice to have, even if you're one that likes to go a little bit over. If that's the case, just at least you know it by scaling it. And to start this one off, we have vitamin B3, then we have sodium as pink Himalayan sea salt for the pumps, hydration, and then we have citrulline malate 2-to-1, and that's at 10 grams. So freaking love that. Like I've mentioned before, it's not as pure as the pure L citrulline. Obviously, it's 2-to-1. It's bonded with malic acid, and so the 10 grams, that was freaking awesome because that's a win for everyone. Some people that prefer the malate over the citrulline, you guys win, and those people that love the pure citrulline because you get the full dosage of it, you guys win too. So I'm all for that. Nothing against using that formula if you're going to get a whopping 10 grams of it. And then beta alanine at 3.2 grams, and then glycerol, the glycerol powder here. And I've always really liked the glycerol powder. I think that the shots sometimes can be almost overkill, and the powder's at 3 grams too. That's a strong dosage. I remember really enjoying the glycerol powder, and I mention this all the time. It always comes to mind. But the Kilo Labs hybrid had the glycerol powder in it, and I always enjoyed that one. I want to say it was like 1.5, so 3 is a very nice dosage. And then agmatine sulfate at 1 gram as well. So the combination of agmatine, the 3 grams of glycerol, 10 grams of citrulline, like you can't really ask for much more pump wise. Like this reads like a performance pre workout so far, and you'll see as we continue down that it's going to continue that way. Rhydrenesis at 200 milligrams. That's a pretty solid dosage, nothing too crazy. And then caffeine anhydrous, just a flat 200. People might be a little disappointed in that, but I mean, when you got Araya, and then next we have 2-amino DMHA at 200 as well. You got Araya and DMHA and caffeine at 200. It's like we're gonna really get a good feel because like if this thing has what it says is in here, like we're gonna tell for sure. Some pre's it's like they put 500 milligrams of caffeine and it's in some alpha yo or something like that. And it's so aggressive and so in your face. You kind of like leave the workout wondering like, I don't know, the 2-amino might have been in there, or was I just happy because like I had a really good caffeine buzz and alpha yo kick. And so we're gonna know for sure because this thing will fall flat if there's nothing, if that stuff's not in there like it says, because 200 grams of caffeine is not going to get us going. And then can extract at 200 milligrams, then lion's mane 200 milligrams as well. Another really popular nootropic. This is like you've seen this all over the place in general health supplements as well too. Not just a Stim Junkie pre-workout world's been in on that one. And then the decaffeine malate. So here we go, a little more caffeine action here. This is the longer lasting caffeine. This one's going to yield a little bit less, but it's 100 milligrams. So all in all, we got 200-ish, 250-ish milligrams caffeine, BioPure for absorption, and then also estrogen for absorption as well. So double absorption, which people might overlook that one, but the fact that we have all this pump formula in here, the glycerol powder, the citrulline, these stimulants, I really love the double action absorption matrix. So awesome looking label, unique too, interesting, and like I mentioned with the label design and look. In a copycat world, we love to see it when people think outside the box, and you can definitely tell they did that as well with the ingredient lists. So let's hop into the effects now. Now time to get into the effects of the Speed Force. And I forgot to do a section of the, can't believe I missed this one, but we got to do our pug test. So he's going to be making a return appearance out of popular demand. Let me get the unit up here. He's like the Poxitoni Phil or whatever of the Groundhog Day for the pre-workouts. All right, Joey. This is the Cotton Candy Speed Force. Ooh. Good? Very potent. Thanks, buddy. Ooh, some real sniffles out of him. All right, good. Way to do your thing. The hero. Okay, so Speed Force overall effects. So this one, like we saw in the label breakdown, low on the caffeine end, and not, we wouldn't call it extremely high on the 2-amino, 200 is a very nice little dosage though, with paired with Araya, definitely on the upper end. And this one, it comes in a little bit easy. It's not like gonna smack you. Obviously, the label kind of, it stays very true to the label. Is how I'll kind of describe the way this one comes in. It's within the 30 to 40 minute mark. You definitely, with the low caffeine amount and the high 2 amino, you're going to want to give this some time to brew before you get down to the gym and pump some iron. I think I gave myself maybe 30 to 40 minutes before else from when I ingested to when I was hitting the first rep. And it builds, and the start of the show for sure is euphoria, and that probably peaks at about the 40-minute mark. And it's just a really smooth, I wouldn't call it like slap happy type butt vibe. It's definitely more of a mood elevation, not a bubble like factor, which is what you would expect with a DMHA 2 amino style pre, outside of something with something, a hidden ingredient, or the HA or the AA if it's still around. Kind of how that produces a bubble like feel, less of the euphoric. It's more of your happy vibes pre, but at the same time, like, it doesn't come with that insane energy with the no alpha yo whatsoever and the lower caffeine level. You really get the whole like 2 amino experience with this one. And this is, like I said, if you take out the exact grammage, you got to round out the scoop a little bit. And this is one of those ones you could even grip it and rip it a little bit more if you wanted to get a juicier scoop. It's up to you. It's all based upon how the 2 amino works for you. And if you're coming off a stim break, you probably be just fine with a flat level. But if you're kind of on the tail end of your stim usage, you could probably get away with getting a little aggressive with the scooper. And it's just a damn good pre. Like, the buzz was awesome. It wasn't like the most happiest 2 amino buzz I've ever experienced in my lifetime, but it was really freaking good. um, One of my favorites is one of these ones that, like, I always know it's a good pre when I don't want to move on, because I know when I stop reviewing it, and because I run it a couple times within that days that time frame where I acquire the pre, and then obviously I move on to the next, and a lot of times I don't hit him again until, like, I try to give myself at least a workout or two to take like what I want that day and not just what I need to review. And this is one of those ones that you kind of get bummed to move on a little bit, because it might be a little bit before you touch it again, and that just shows you how good it is. And also, um, I've mentioned this in the weigh-in, but in the copycat industry, for them to come out with something this unique, and same with the label too. It's like it's very different. I'm sure someone could find one out there that's similar, but it's the 10 grams of citrulline malate. I loved it. Pumps were insane on this one. I love the combination of citrulline, glycerol, agmatine. Man, this thing performed well. Like, it was a performance pre for sure. I absolutely am all for this pre. This is an amazing pre if you're looking for like an intro type pre to the Stim Junkie world, and you also want something extremely unique. Overall, kind of how I would score this one. Um, Euphoria, I'll give this thing a 9 out of 10. It's pretty freaking awesome. Like, it's great. Like, they nailed it. Damn near. Gonna be full green bar on my little thing, but I'll make a. I don't want to set the standard too high, so I won't give it the full red, because I feel like that would be like, it wasn't quite as happy to me personally. I don't know. I just think Cocoa Labs, I respond really really well to their products, but the Dexter Explosion, man, I just don't know. That's probably the happiest pre workout I've had in a few months. And so that one's, I gotta reserve the red bar for that one. Overall pumps, I'm gonna give this thing a full pump meter. Absolutely loved it. This thing was awesome. 10 out of 10 pumps. Taste. Actually, the second time I had this thing, I didn't have my water bottle up here, so I ended up dry scooping it, and like, I actually really enjoyed it that way too. I wonder if I'm gonna go and give it an 8 out of 10 because it's a unique taste. I probably just needed to add more water. It was really really potent in my taste test and weigh in. So I'll give them an 8 out of 10 because it's creative, it's different, it's something new, it's not boring. And overall, tunnel vision focus. It's low in the caffeine. It doesn't have anything like illicit, like, so tunnel vision focus is kind of lacking with this one. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. And let me get something real quick. This could up it a little bit, the tunnel vision focus part. They sent me this. It's smelling salts. This is a great bubblegum one, and this is kind of the I believe this is one that's not like as potent as some other ones. I personally would never purchase this myself, but they sent it to me, and so I used it a few times. And I don't really recommend it for like bodybuilder style lifts. I talked to one of my friends who was on the guest reviews. You might have seen him before, but uh, Justin kind of gave me the feeling on this because he did some powerlifting in the back in the day, and I don't want to go reviewing smelling salts and because I respect the hell out of powerlifters and I know that they know a lot more than I do, but I'm just saying like I'm almost thinking because this is a powerlifting the MassCast is a powerlifting company. They got a lot of powerlifting gears and things like that. They sell supplements, but it seems like that's like their market is powerlifters. And so if you are interested in smelling salts, check those out. I did try them a few times because they sent it to me, and that definitely amps up the tunnel vision focus. I'll say that it freaking snaps you out of things. I put it in my gym bag. I used it on like heavy back day, chest day, just one little quick whiff of it, and it's not something I probably will re up on just because it's not my style of lifting. But it is very interesting and very cool, and I almost think they paired this one. I could see powerlifters wanting more of like the euphoric factor, the mental happiness, and less of like the raw like heart beating energy because like I mean, just me personally, I hate doing heavy squats when I feel like my heart's about to pound out of my chest. So that's what I think they might be like trying to hit with this one. But it's a great bodybuilder style pre workout as well when you're hitting those mass sets and you need something to like get you feeling happy and in the zones. But overall, back to the score rankings, focus like a 6 out of 10. But that you throw some of that stuff in there, quick little whiff of that during mid workout, and you'll be focused up real fast. And I think that, and then raw energy is 6 out of 10 too. But it's kind of like it's what they were. It performs to the label. Like that's the market they're trying to hit with this low caffeine, high two amino, high raya. You got the lines, all that stuff in there. They're trying to let those kind of be the stars of the show. And so when you purchase this product, you kind of know that the raw energy and tunnel vision focus is going to be taking a back seat. So the scores you kind of have to take with a grain of smelling salt, no pun intended, because that's what they're trying to hit here. But I freaking love this pre. You guys got to snatch it. I highly recommend. I've already texted a few of my friends that aren't like crazy stim junkies. Like this would be an awesome one for them. But Gym Fitness, like, subscribe. We're going to have more where this came from. Next review for these guys will be Judgment Day, and I'm going to have a few more surprise hitters from this MassCast because this is one of those brands I kind of get obsessed with, like Coco Labs. I got kind of went on a run with Toxic Masculinity, and I just it's one of these brands that's like everything that come out with is gold. KJ Labs did all their products. It's like sometimes you run into one and they have a hitter or two, and the way these ones hit, I ran this one once, and let me tell you, I really freaking enjoyed it. And so I've got Mindfucked and Mind Bender on the way. So a lot of mind fucking and bending going on here. And anyway, like, subscribe. Catch me on the next one.